Hello, Mark Fine here, Director of Communications for the city. We've got an update for you on the state of the buildings in Fort Lauderdale. Now, we're all aware of the terrible incident that took place on June 24th in Surfside, and our thoughts and prayers are with everybody who has been affected by that tragedy. We're also aware that people are concerned about the condition of the buildings they live in and the many buildings that make up our beautiful skyline and everything around it. Well, at last night's City Commission meeting, John Travers, the building official for the city, gave a report on the work he and his team have been doing since June 24th, and we wanted to share that message with you in its entirety. John gave this report at the request of City Manager Chris Lagerbloom.
We receive every June a list from the Broward County Board of Rules and Appeals, a list of all the buildings that are coming upon their 40th anniversary of CO, or the 10-year periods after that. We then notify all those building owners that they have to have an independent architectural or engineering firm perform a building safety inspection report. They have to submit that within 90 days of that actual anniversary. And if there are corrections that are noted in that building safety inspection report, they have 180 days to begin those corrections. So the program has been operating pretty much since 2006. We've been getting those lists every year in June. It's a very active program. I actually have our Building Code Enforcement Division of Building Services that monitors and administers and manages that program all year long. We do have people that don't always turn in those reports in time, so we have a process here in the city whereby we issue a code violation to them, and we start a fine system if they don't react to that. We also take them before the magistrate, and we had about 6 or 8 buildings that we immediately looked at after the Surfside situation because they appeared not to be moving forward as fast as they should be. I analyzed everything that was included in the reports of those structures over the weekend, and we did some site visits ourselves. The biggest conclusion that we came up with was that when the reports were issued that there were corrections to be done, the corrections actually got accomplished, and the engineering firm turned in the final report to the building owners or the building managers, but they never forwarded that report to us. So that solved most of the problems. There were 2 individual problems that I actually was getting ready to take action on, but we got reports within the last 48 hours on those 2 that the corrections had been done. One of them had to do with the grounding system of a swimming pool, and that's very near and dear to me, being in the electrical side of things. I wanted to make sure it was safe for them to continue to use the pool. And the other was on some concrete railings on the balconies of one of our high-rise condominiums that had shown cracks in those concrete railings. That's also been addressed. So the program is active. We stay on top of it. And we do take our direction from Broward County. Number one, they're the ones that made the process by which this is done. They also have a checklist for both structural and electrical that is to be filled out by the independent third party, and that gets turned in to us. I would say that I have sent inspectors out pretty much on every single complaint that we've gotten since the tragedy down in Surfside. But we have gotten a lot of complaints over what I would consider to be superficial or normal maintenance items. But I'm sending people out on every single complaint that comes in just to make sure that there is nothing serious. Now, our inspectors are not engineer experts, but they do have the ability, and their experience can help them identify whether or not there's a serious issue or whether it's a cosmetic or a maintenance issue that can be corrected. If there's any question about the integrity of either the electrical system or the structural system, we immediately let the management team know that they have to follow through with an engineer's report on that. Now, most of these complaints that are coming to us are not coming from those buildings that are participating in the 40-year safety building inspection program right now. These are just people that live in those buildings that have seen cracks or that have seen rust or corrosion. They may not even be in a building that's eligible for that, but we're still following up on all of those complaints. So that's pretty much the way that the program is administered, and I just wanted to let everybody here know that we're taking every single complaint seriously and we're acting on it.
Hopefully that information will be comforting news to a lot of people. Of course, our hearts still ache for all those who are affected in Surfside, and we pray that nothing like this ever happens again. We know our leaders here and our staff will be looking at anything and everything they can do, from staying on top of our current system to looking at whether or not that system needs to be changed. Until then, please know that your safety is our city's biggest concern, and we will continue to send our thoughts and prayers to our neighbors and make sure they know that we are here for them if they need us. Thank you.